Item: SCP-522. Object Class: Safe. Special Containment Procedures: SCP-522 should be kept in an airtight room, with adequate light sources. Hazmat suits are strongly advised, as anyone leaving the room must go through a thorough decontamination process to prevent the potential spread of SCP-522. Once every 2 weeks, one pig, or animal of equivalent body mass, is to be placed at the center of SCP-522. Except for purposes of experimentation, at no point should any person stand on SCP-522 while alone inside the enclosure. For this reason, all personnel entering SCP-522's containment room should be accompanied by another person. Description: SCP-522 appears to be a square swatch of red carpet, approximately 3.5 meters on each side. However, when a human being stands atop it, SCP-522 wraps itself around the victim with surprising speed. Once the victim has been completely enfolded, thousands of hair-like protrusions extend from the surface of the carpet and dig into the victim's skin, quickly draining them of blood over the next minutes. After draining the victim's blood, SCP-522 unwraps and attempts to return to its original position, leaving the blanched victim in a heap at its center. Further investigation into the structure of SCP-522 indicates that it is a normal, red carpet that has been infested by a previously unknown form of fungus or slime mold. This raises the possibility that there may be other copies of SCP-522 in the wild, and necessitates the decontamination procedures to prevent any accidental spreading of spores on site. Furthermore, the red coloring of the carpet is simply just that, the color of the carpet, having nothing to do with the organism or the task it performs. Theoretically, SCP-522 could live in a carpet of any color, undetected to the naked eye. Of additional note, SCP-522 appears to possess a rudimentary amount of intelligence. If another individual is present within the room, it will not attack, unless it is in a position to overwhelm both people at once. Current observations show that it is also patient. How long it can go without feeding is currently unknown. See experimental log for more details. SCP-522 was discovered during a murder investigation in the town of, when one of the investigating officers fell prey to its effects. The mysterious coincidence of 2 people being utterly drained of blood within the same building prompted the Foundation to investigate, at which point SCP-522 was discovered. The Foundation is currently assessing the viability of using SCP-522 as a covert assassination tool. Research into breeding additional copies of SCP-522 pending approval.